what is the biggest swerve you've seen in Call? If you can't think of one, think of one or two.
I can think of a couple. I can think of that. I can think of fucking, shit. I don't want to spoil the latest COH draft show.
No, you can, because this is going to be out much.
Okay, Tommy Moonshine joining fucking Ray Gaddis. How about that? Who the fuck saw that coming? Not me.
I didn't.
I was so fucking shaking.
We watched it together. We both didn't see that coming.
What the fuck? I damn sure didn't see Lester winning the Pride title either. Or Scott winning Money in the Bank. But those aren't big swerves. The biggest swerve, in my opinion, and you might share this one too, is when Keller cashed in mid-Money in the fucking Bank.
Ooh, yeah. Oh my god. That, I talked about it before. Seth Rollins is going to get the credit for doing it, but man, if you watch DWF, you know Keller did it first.
Keller fucking did it first in 2008, 2009?
2008.
Fucking A, man. If you can find that video clip and you're like putting video clips over the shoot, you need to add that in there.
If I can find the video.
Dude, fucking, that's gotta be on YouTube somewhere, right? Or Daily Motion or a fucking, I don't know, the internet has a lot of shit.
I might be able to find it. I'll have to look.
Oh my god.
You know what also was a big swerve? And this is me being biased, because it's the greatest thing I've ever done.
What was that?
And that would be Evan Rockville and Ben Hitman. Right at Glory Days. Ben Hitman wins the title. Evan Rockville comes down to the ring, shakes his hand, goes to shake his hand, drops him with the rock bottom. Boom.
Yeah, Rockville was face. And was like, okay, cool, face Rockville, because I don't know if anybody knew this. Back in FOW, which we touched on earlier, Rockville was a heel in FOW, and was like, okay, he's face now because he's doing the FOW thing. Mm-hmm. He's like, and he's like, okay, he's gonna go shake Ben Hitman's hand. This is gonna be fucking awesome. This is gonna be great for the brand split, and then fucking, boom. I was like, what brand split, bitch?
Yeah.
Rockville's heel. I was like, fuck.
It was so awesome, and everything that I've done since then, I've always compared it to that, because I don't know, maybe people disagree and they think I've done something even bigger, but to me that's always been the biggest thing, because just that moment alone took AWF from, it just changed everything.
That's literally the moment that AWF got better.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's where it really took off, because Glory Days was the first show, really, of AWF that I watched all the way back in the day. Mm-hmm. Like, you were doing okay with the shows, like Raw and SmackDown were but, Glory Days really took you guys seriously, and Rockville beating Hitman was the first time I went, wow, I need to watch Uprising. I need to see why the fuck he did that.
Yeah, he did that, and then they had that long feud, and I'm glad, because I think that's, if not, that's my biggest angle.
Rockville and Hitman is your Rock and Austin.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think for Rockville and Hitman, do you think they will ever compete in the ring again, one-on-one?
Maybe in multi-man matches, but like if there's another really big event going on, it won't be like out of Glory Days, but it'll be like a one-time only thing. Kind of like how Rock and Austin faced off like every other WrestleMania or so. Like 19, 17, and fucking 15, and kind of like that, but a little bit more expanded, if you will.
Mm-hmm. So you think that big match-wise, the Hell in a Cell from Glory Days 2 was the last piece? That was
their WrestleMania 17 match.
Okay.
That was the WrestleMania 17 match. They're gonna have one more match. It won't be like this big ass fucking headlining fucking match like Rock and Austin in 19 was, but it'll be like one final match just to settle the score. And honestly, either of them could win.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Ben Hitman recently has been in a bit of exchange of words between himself and Ray Gaddis. Now, Ben Hitman, Ray Geddes. First, do you think a match is coming? And second, who do you think wins?
Alright, let me just talk about Ray Geddes first. Ray Geddes, to be quite honest, when I first saw Ray Geddes make his debut, I did not like him. I didn't like him because what's everybody's first opinion when they first see Ray Geddes? Oh, it's fucking Steve Austin ripoff.
Yep.
Yeah. But God, and the quote, I will say this out loud. To quote Kevin Cross, Kevin Cross told me this. Yes, Ray Geddes has a bit of Stone Cold in him, but goddamn if he's not the best Stone Cold impersonator I've ever heard in my life. While Ray may not say that he is or not, I mean, I'm not blaming him or saying, hey, you are, shun. No. But damn if he did not know how to fucking... I can't make a promo like that.
I can't.
Fuck, man. I can't even concentrate for that long to continue what I'm saying about cracking the fuck up. Huh. Dude, I couldn't stop laughing. He actually cut a promo in CCL talking about fucking someone sharding and shit, and I just fucking died. I was like, oh my god, shart! It made me think of shart. And, yeah, but he's been really outspoken lately, going after everyone's neck. Patriot, Alex, Goonie, Ben Hitman. Do I see a match in the future? Yes. Matter of fact, I see him actually going to AWF eventually.
You see he's going to AWF?
I can see him going to AWF and being like an occasional being a superstar there. If not, he making a guest appearance and building up the Claw All-Star 7. Mm-hmm. And either way, if they have a match, Ray Geddes, they can't just have one match. They have to have at least 2 matches.
2 matches.
2 matches, or 3. 2 or 3. It has to be a best of 3 series, in my opinion.
Okay.
Or they could just make 1 match, 2 out of 3 falls. But, how I would put it is that Geddes would win the first match. Hitman would win the second match. They would have a rubber match, and I don't know who the fuck would win. If I would say Ray Geddes because he's so fucking hot, like on fire. Mm-hmm. But Ben Hitman really could use a big win like that, and the beat Ray Geddes, who in the past has been beaten before. He's not undefeated. He's not an undefeated person. He has lost in CCL before, a couple times quite actually. Matter of fact, he had a losing record I think when he first went to CCL. I could be wrong on that, so. That's what I think about that pretty much.
Okay. And that's what's that. Any dream matches, realistic ones, like ones that can happen today with people's rosters, that you'd like to see maybe at Call All-Stars?
Any matches I'd like to see at Call All-Stars?
Yeah.
That's a really tough one because honestly I don't know what's going to happen going in the Call All-Stars. Shit, I don't even know what the hell the main event's going to be. From what I know, Quicksilver called out the Call All-Stars champion at Call All-Star 6. Right. And pretty much made it the fact that he's going to fight AJ. But is it still going to be AJ though? I mean, AJ, yes, he defended the title a couple times already. He's still got the tournament going on. Which I hope continues, because I'd like to see who's going to win that. Matter of fact, we've only seen, 2 matches, I think, or 1?
Yeah. Well, by the time this is out, Path to Glory will, hopefully, already be out. And
yeah, Geddes is fighting for the Call All-Star set. I totally forgot about that.
Yep.
And, I can't really comment on that, because I have a feeling I know who wins, but, there's going to be shenanigans, in my opinion. Shenanigans are going to happen some way or another. Whether it be fucking somebody interfering or AJ Young pulling a Kobe Vincent. Literally like pulling Kobe Vincent out from under his sleeve. Big ass sleeves. I can't really call any matches really. In my opinion, will always say I want to see Cash versus Shawn O'Connor one more time.
Ooh.
Or Brent versus Shawn O'Connor one more time. Matter of fact, in EFED TWA, Shawn O'Connor and Brent Thompson had one last match, and Brent Thompson won. I'd like to see Blair versus Walsh have one last match.
Yeah, same.
I'd like it to be an Iron Man match, really. That'd be really fucking cool. I always say Alex Enterprise versus Michael Hyndman. Because both of them are sick bastards.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it's like the Benoit thing with the terrorism thing. It's like two touchy subjects.
Yeah.
Nothing else really I can think of.
Well, let me ask this. Since you talked about AJ, does AJ walk into Call All-Stars with the Call All-Stars Championship? Because he's been defending it quite often lately.
Let's see. Well, it's beginning of May. There's like 3 months left until Call All-Stars, I think, would go up at the earliest.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see AJ walking in the Call All-Stars as a champion, but I could see him losing it, like, not at Path to Glory, but on another show.
And, well, if he does walk in the Call Stars with the title, is it, regardless of who wins the tournament, I mean, I don't know what your prediction is AJ walking out with the title?
No.
You think
AJ Young, Call All Stars has a really big reputation of the belt changing hands. Not lately it has.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, Quicksilver held that fucking title like Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah.
He defended that belt every fucking year. He won the Elimination Chamber. He beat TN from FTL, which was an old show, was the first defense. That was like All Stars 2. And then he had Ben Hitman. And then he had Hayes. And then he had Matt Phoenix. And then he had Reaper X. And then he lost to Lubu. And Lubu beat Shawn Walsh and lost to AJ Young. He beat you.
Yeah, he beat me.
And then he lost to AJ Young. And AJ so far has defended.
He beat Hawkins.
He beat CJ Hawkins. He beat Caleb Blair. He beat Brock Manson.
Mm-hmm. He beat Bowser.
Bowser, yeah. Who did he defeat in TCF? Was it Terror?
Did he defend?
Was it Terror?
I think so.
He hasn't defended the belt in ECF.
He defeated Moon.
He defeated Moon. So, like, it's still going on that every single Rumble winner has not won the belt of a contract. The only difference is that he's never fought Tommy Kazarian. Tommy Kazarian's the only superstar to let his contract expire.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's bad. Sad.
Now, we're gonna switch it up to COH, because I know there's some people out there who are probably sitting there like, damn it, where's the COH questions? And we're gonna get to them right now.
The COH questions, aka all of Shawn Walsh's inbox.
Yeah, actually. Let's see. Well, we can get to those in a second, but you came into COH just like me in the OBN, and we can explain the OBN, but everyone by now knows what the OBN is, so I'll cut to the point. Was the OBN good, or did the OBN suck?
It was okay. This is one of them subjects. I had no idea about the OBN at all.
Same. When
I first was told about it. You found out the same time I did. We were just sitting there one day on the CWS page and got a message saying, "Hey, did you know you invaded COH lately?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, I was just starting to talk to Travis, and I declined joining COH a year before that.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, me and Nathan Roberts were approached. And we're like, "Hey, do you want to join COH?" And I was like, and we were like, "Nah, we're gonna go to WCW," and that turned into CWS.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, okay, I guess I'm a filler guy because I'm just doing tag team stuff with somebody who didn't even cut promos.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I got to do something interesting. I did actually cut a promo, and it never sent to Travis. I don't know what happened to it. I was wearing an army jacket with a hoodie. apart, and I had my hockey mask on. And I was talking about beware the Ides of March, because it was the 15th of March, as the day Julius Caesar got stabbed 23 times. I actually made a mention to that promo on my Ultimate Glory promo. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's what it was, talking about the OBN invasion. And then I just started cutting more promos, and I started catching the attention of Rockstone.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'll get into that later. Did the OBN angle suck? No, not at first.
Well,
I liked the angle first. At first it was huge. You won all the titles. I thought it was fucking cool. I like the fact that if without the OBN angle, I don't think I would have won the Pride title, like, immediately. I wouldn't have gotten the recognition. I don't think I would have won Money in the Bank in time. But, it started declining once Nate left.
Yeah, and it's because the group at first, and Alex and Steve in their in my interview with them, they talked about how the group at first a group like this only works for a few months because really it's Nate and friends, and that's what we were. There was no one, if something happened to Nate, to where someone could take over the group, and that's all because when Nate did leave because of the match with Goonie, Johnny Thunder got put in charge, and okay, Johnny Thunder, but there was no wrestler to lead it. There was no one there. There was no, like, if Hulk Hogan left the NWO, there was Kevin Nash right behind him. There was no Kevin Nash because the rest of us were either in tag team, the mid card, or half the group didn't even cut promos.
Yeah,
which really hurt
that was another
the group.
problem. That really hurt it when you had people like Jay Kong, Mattitude Status, Brandon Hayes, Von Hollywood, who cut one promo.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan Roberts, who just was like, fuck this, and just quit.
Yeah, and that's why I understand Nate, Travis, and AJ, and from what I know of, are the only three people aware. We're trying to go for the whole unpredictability thing and no one knowing, and that worked. But a lot of people took that offensively, and they were like, oh, they didn't ask me, well, I'm not doing promos. I didn't take that look, you didn't take it, but there were some people who did, and it hurt the group in the long run, and now that's why, looking back, when you hear the OBN, you don't think of, oh, that was so great, you think of all the bad.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you cut promos before me.
I cut promos like that day. Like once I saw the
you and Carol, that's what got you guys the tag belts that quick, actually. I wasn't cutting promos. I was just being a dick on the page because I was like, okay, why the fuck am I on here? This fucking show. Why am I even doing it? And I started watching it, and like while I'm watching it, it's like, yeah, this show's okay, and okay, this is actually pretty good. I should cut a promo. And I saw this on here, and I saw Rockstone cutting a promo against the COH page. Against the OBN, and I was like, who the fuck's this guy? And I saw he was friends with Chris Gary, so I was like immediately like, oh, okay, this guy likes Chris Gary. I'm gonna bash the fuck out of him. And that's what started. That's literally what started me and Rockstone's feud. Brian's a really cool guy. He just needs to quit fucking leaving.
Yeah, he has that problem. All the talent in the world, but he keeps leaving, and it's a shame. He's someone who could really make it, but he just doesn't stick to it. And one thing I will say that you were very lucky with, and I know me and Carol were very jealous of from when the whole OBN angle, was when you got to leave the OBN before it folded. Because when you said, like, you were on your own, you were out of the OBN, we were like, we want out of the OBN too. We just want to be the egotistical bastards. And we were stuck in there. And then you had your feud with Roxanne, which actually leads me to one of the fan-submitted questions. How did you like your feud with Roxanne?
I thought it could have been a little bit better, but the way me and him were... That's when Roxanne was hot, too, because me and him were just going back and forth with promos to the point where Travis had no room to put our last two promos up, so he just put them individually on the COH page.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great. I thought it could have been better. if it lasted a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Like I felt like really if I wasn't in Money in the Bank, I would have loved to still face Rockstone for the Pride title at Ultimate Glory.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Pride title, as you know, has a very bad reputation in COH, and a lot of people look back.
Oh, Lester's fucked then.
Yeah. Well, maybe Lester's the one to do it. I mean, it just seems whoever gets that belt just.
No, it's fine. He's not black.
Yeah. Well, Fisk isn't black.
Fisk isn't like the rest.
Yeah.
I'm not black.
A lot of people, and Fisk had some good, but there was a long period where it was just there. So we can't even say like his title reign like saved the division because it didn't do anything. It didn't. A lot of people look back and say the last really good Pride champion there was you, which is weird because you didn't hold the belt that long.
I held the belt, I think, for like a month. I won it at Ready to Rumble, lost it right at Summerfest. Maybe it's because I was the only one that won the Pride title that didn't have to get managed by Johnny Thunder. Pretty much, that's pretty much what I thought it was. Like, oh, this was just Johnny Thunder's title. Whoever won the belt was managed by Johnny Thunder. Because Boo Boo, and then he lost the belt. And really, I actually interrupted the Master Boo Boo Rockstone feud when I first came in. And it went to Von Hollywood, and Von Hollywood didn't cut promos. I was like, okay. And then around this time, I was thinking of leaving COH because I was like, okay, what the fuck am I going to do here? Because Von's got the Pride title. Everyone else is doing something. I was going to go for the Internet title, but fucking Rudo came along. And I was just like, all right, Travis, you need to do something with me or I'm going to leave. And he went, really? Because I had you winning the Pride title at Ready to Rumble. I was like, I'm listening. And I'm staying. And I didn't expect them to actually give me the belt. Matter of fact, he didn't tell me I was winning it. He said I was booked for Ready to Rumble. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll stay. And then I looked, and I won the Pride title. And I was like, holy fucking shit. Maybe it's because he knew I was going to be able to cut promos. Or maybe it was a fucking accident. He just rolled along with it like most of how Caw storylines are made up. But I was actually really grateful for that. And while my reign wasn't long, I benefited a lot from it. I got better with my promos.
Oh yeah, and then it led you to Money in the Bank. And
that was the biggest shocker. When Travis told me I was gonna win Money in the Bank, I was like, "Oh my god, I have to step my shit up." This is the boss thinking highly of me, bro. Pretty much.
Yeah. Because when you get told you're winning Money in the Bank, I mean, it may not be a guarantee you're going to win the title, but it's a guarantee, alright, you have a shot here to make it to the main event.
Yeah. Yeah. It was great. Winning Money in the Bank. And I knew I was going to do something. The only thing I regret not doing was still having a briefcase around, to tote around. Mm-hmm. That would have made my promos way better. I actually had a briefcase in my first promo after I won Money in the Bank, and then I lost it.
Yeah. It would have been nice. And right after you won Money in the Bank, and maybe this was done as to like, alright, well, now that you're eventually going to get to the top, let's get some good feuds out of this. Right away, Travis reignites the CWS feud with me and you. And originally, it was going to be an epic feud. It was, like, if everything went to how we thought it was going to be, it was going to be like, oh, this is great. But what happened with it? Oh my god. So much went wrong.
I honestly can't really think of a legitimate reason of where it went wrong, because there was a lot of factors that went into it. The first factor is that you guys were just coming off a tag team title loss, and you guys aren't really doing anything. Carol was going to be out.
Yeah, Carol was supposed to be out, but Carol was supposed to be out.
He was supposed to be out until Guerrilla Warfare.
Yeah, he's supposed to be out for a while, but Travis brought him back 2 weeks later.
Travis brought him back attacking me, and so we had to change everything up. Like, it was like, okay, I have to fight Carol now to get to Walsh. And by the way, fuckers, it was my idea to let Carol beat me. So, there you go. I said, okay, Carol's gonna beat me. And the talker's gonna be like, why should I fight you? You didn't even beat Carol. And I was like, gonna take super offense to that. And be like, hey man, I'm salty. I'll put my money in the bank on the line, bitch. And he was like, I like your challenge, I accept. And so, they're gonna have a match. And what was supposed to happen was Blair was supposed to go over clean.
Yeah, that's what it should have been. It should have been, you beat me clean.
AJ Young and Carol should not have gotten involved in that match. Matter of fact, I made the stipulation that I was going to make the stipulation that Carol was going to be banned from ringside and not come out until afterwards and attack me, and then that's when AJ came in. But AJ was going to fight then by himself. I wasn't going to get involved. Mm-hmm. I was going to go face Alex at Ready to Rumble, but he changed that into Nate coming back and fighting Alex at Ready to Rumble. And that leads to another whole debacle.
Yeah. And for our feud though, like, and it's even stupider that our People Power, we had a tag team match and you teamed with Randy Jefferson.
That was me ribbing myself because I wanted Randy Jefferson to win to see what the fuck would happen.
But like, I always envisioned it like, all right, Carol's gonna be out for a while, and eventually we'll pick up on the tag team, and this is a test for me and you, like me in singles and you and. Until you get to the world title picture, and I figured, okay, me and you fight a People Power, I get some kind of cheap heel win, and then you just kick my ass at Guerrilla Warfare, clean win, and you have all the momentum, and then you would move on to whatever you would do at Ready to Rumble, and I guess originally it was supposed to be to fight Alex, or whatever it would have been, and then me and Carol would just like teamed up again. But man, Travis just would not keep us apart for more than 2 weeks, and then had to throw all these other things in there, and it's a shame because the promos for it were good.
Yeah.
Just the booking for it just killed it.
The promos were great. I mean, we tried to save it with Radio Rumble's build-up, with AJ being involved. And really, it did help plant the seeds for me versus AJ, when I found out I wasn't going to win Money in the Bank. Let me start from the beginning. When I found out I wasn't going to win the COH title after cashing in, I had people saying, oh, you're going to lose, or oh, you're going to win. Most of them were, oh, you're going to win. Only one person said I was going to lose. And when I found out, I honestly got really pissed off.
I remember that because I remember you told me.
I was really fucking mad, and I should not have been mad because I didn't because I guess I misinterpreted what Travis said was wrong or whatever. He told me that I was going to lose, and I was going to lose cleanly. Mm-hmm. And that I was just going to be in the Money in the Bank match at Ultimate Glory the next year. And I was thinking, that's stupid. So fuck that. And I was like, okay, then why not? And so I counter-proposed passive-aggressively, might I add, with the offer of that I take the Money in the Bank, I up and I leave, and I go to fucking YWF.
Yeah, I remember that.
I cut a promo with a briefcase with the COH logo on it, and I ripped it off, and it had the YWF logo on it. And that went down the toilet the minute I proposed it. And then I got a message back and we're like, hey, okay, you're gonna lose still but you're gonna lose at Anniversary. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay. And I said, okay, who am I facing at Ultimate Glory? Oh, we don't know yet. We don't really have any card filled out. I was like, okay, what's AJ Young doing? And it was like, well, we don't know yet. I think he's going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And then I was like, okay, I want to fight AJ Young. And they were like, okay. And I was like, okay, that works. Fine. And honestly, I like the fact that me and AJ feuded, but I think we should have one more match. If anything.
Yeah, I agree. That ended up being the best for the both of you to have your match, and you guys really do need to have a rematch. I don't know if it's going to happen. And you guys are on the same show. I mean, by the time this comes out, maybe we will know. But
Yeah.
I would like to see it, because I really enjoyed the match at Ultimate Glory with you guys. I thought that was a great match, and I liked the feud, and I like heel Caleb Blair, which leads me to another question that I got submitted: heel or face? And I presume this is for the Caleb Blair character, or even in general. What do you prefer? I know what the answer is, but
I prefer being heel. I will always preach it up and down. I do like being face when it's the right character. Caleb as a character, for me, when I started doing him as a face, was first in CWS. But it made sense in CWS because he was a hitman. He wasn't really face. He was tweener.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to be a hired gun. COH, I wasn't trying to turn him face when I left the OBN, but I guess it came off that way a little bit. And when I was supposed to feud with Morris, actually, and we just ended up having like 2 matches.
Mm-hmm.
And Morris won one, and Rockstone won the other one. So that was at Anniversary 2. Or was it Anniversary 3? It was Anniversary 2.
It would have been 2.
Yeah. And what else happened? Fuck. But yeah. Fuck, I literally lost my train of thought.
We were talking about Anniversary and Morris, and when it
Yeah, but
regards
before that, I
to
was
heel
talking-
and face.
Oh, yeah, heel and face. Fuck. I'm having brain farts like every 5 seconds. I don't know why. But I like being heel. It's a lot more fun because I get to say whatever the fuck I want to. I can have that freedom when I'm face, but it's just like I have to hold back insulting people, and I can't get away without insulting somebody. It's in my nature. And that makes me as a prick in real life, and you know what? Fuck it. Why
So
not?
be it.
So be it, man. I actually will not be. I'm only a prick to you if I know you.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
If anyone who like watching this and doesn't really know me, like Walsh does, or like Jay or Carol or Steve or Travis know me. If you're like one of those guys on the COH roster, it's like I want to talk to Caleb Bear one day. Don't be afraid. I'm not gonna fucking hurt you unless you want me to. Don't take that the wrong way. You know, if you touch me, I touch you right back.
Oh my god.
I touch you right back.
Oh man. But for now, Caleb Blair is heel, and I really like Blair as both face and heel, but I do agree doing Blair as a heel seems to be a little bit better, and it seems more of a fit, especially with the gimmick right now in COH where you're not a king anymore, which that promo is phenomenal, where you no longer declared yourself king.
Oh, the King is Dead promo.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was great. And just the whole gimmick, the whole art behind it. Now, that begs the question, is Caleb Blair ever open to a face run again, or is Caleb Blair heel for the long run?
Is this for COH?
For COH.
For COH, I don't think he's ever going to turn face anytime soon.
Or anytime
This guy, something's really got to fucking change him to turn face. Right now, he's at a low point in his life. He lost the shot at being world champion. The guy who he's trying to prove is a big cheat liar beat him. He lost the shot at the Call All-Stars title, which we don't really know if that really affected him or not, if he's just saying that.
Mm-hmm.
He's still got Patriot looming over his head with the COH Heavyweight Championship. He didn't get to retire Alex. This guy really has lost everything, and he has nothing left to lose anymore. So his whole verdict is that everyone is guilty. I actually wrote that on the COH page for a Caleb Blair promo. It was, let me get the last line of it was, "As for the future, I do not know. I take each day step by step, but I do know one thing. All of you are guilty. And no one is safe. And just try to stop me." That, I don't know where that all came from, but I was like really into doing promos that day. And I was like, okay, I'm going to write this down because I can't make a video promo because it's too fucking late. But, yeah.
Yeah, now, Caleb Blair, he's on the road to something great, because it turns out losing the cash-in opened up a window of opportunity, and there's obviously going to be a big future for Caleb Blair. Do you think, I mean, I would expect you to say yes because of, I mean, bias, it's you, but do you think Caleb Blair is going to be that next top heel of COH? Because now with Alex gone, accuracy, yeah, he's the number one heel, but he's on Battleground, and he's a name that's been there for years. Where now as Patriot over on Slam is the top face. Do you think Caleb Blair maybe could be a top heel? Is that Raging Redneck spot?
That's tough because really, if you actually looked at who the top faces and heels are of Slam, really, Slam has, for faces, just really honestly the only big faces were AJ and the Patriot and Kevin. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, yeah. And then again, we don't know where Justin Bateman's going.
That's true.
Oh yeah, wait, well, he went to Battleground, didn't he?
No, he's on Slam. He's on Slam.
Okay, then you got Bateman too. As for the heels, really the top heels are myself, Raging Redneck, and someone else big got drafted. That's a big heel. Can't remember. Oh well. And yeah, I think Ray Geddes eventually is going to turn face because of his popularity. Mm-hmm. It won't be anytime soon, but Geddes is going to be heel for quite a while, and then there's going to be Blair. Then you have, let's see what's going on here. I think honestly the top heel spot's going to be it's going to be a really hard, tough race between Blair and Geddes. But if anything, I got to give the edge to Geddes because Geddes just has that it factor. And there's one thing I always have with my problems is I can't find that one fucking button to push. It's like I'm sitting around in the dark trying to reach for that one little fucking button.
Alright, now, in your opinion, and let's just say in the next... I'll steal one from the interview with Alex and Steve. In the next 2 years, yes, you heard me correctly, 2 years. This is something a fan asked. In the next 2 years, who do you think will be a world champion in COH? And I presume this means new champions, not like people who've held the belt before.
In 2 years?
Yeah, in 2 years' time.
Kenyon Phoenix. I'd say Jay.
Jay's gonna be
yourself, maybe. Fucking Fisk and Lester. Nitro. Shit, if Zane LaFontaine ever comes back, Zane LaFontaine. But those are the ones that come off the top of my head. I don't think, besides anyone else winning a second title run, which in my opinion would be Accuracy, Goonie, and Bateman. Mm-hmm. I could say myself, I guess, because I haven't won the world title.
Yeah, you haven't won it yet, so...
Ray Geddes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's it for the next 2 years, I could see.
And then here's
it. Oh, AJ.
AJ, yes. AJ absolutely could be. Now, here's a fan submitted question about a guy that, at least when he first came in, was looked at as someone who could be one day a world champion, as he was a world champion elsewhere. But things didn't exactly pan out. And now the question was submitted as how to fix the Great D in COH. But as me and you both know, the Great D is no longer in COH, as he was given his papers. He is released. So I'm going to rephrase the question: how could a COH fix the Great D? If they could.
No, it's not really how COH would have fixed the Great D. It's how the Great D would have fixed the Great D in COH. This guy should have been a lot more active and should have been paying attention a lot more in COH. I'm not gonna say, hey, you need to focus on this every day of your life. No, it's more like, dude, we shouldn't have to hassle you to get a promo.
Yeah.
Come the fuck on, man. If you can't get a promo, you don't deserve to fucking be here. I mean, CCL, I guess he's more accustomed to the CCL schedule, which is very relaxed. Mm-hmm. Especially with Eddie Mac's current situation at the moment. Mm-hmm. But, but from CCL, I mean, no one's discounting his promos or whatever, like saying, oh, his promos suck. No, his promos are pretty good. I mean, you do watch CCL. But he should have just been a little bit more active more. And then I knew I had a feeling he wasn't going to win either way. Mm-hmm. At Ultimate Glory, but he could have won the title eventually. I could have seen him getting a rematch. But that's how he would have fixed him.
Okay, alright. Obviously he didn't succeed in COH, but now in this other question, what does succeed in call mean to you?
In my opinion, it's doing something that just people are going to remember for years, even if it's only for like 2 years. And be like, wow, hey, do you remember when this happened? Big example of this. It's like like you can go up to anybody really who watches COH or anybody that watches a bunch of Claw and like really pays attention to stuff and goes, hey, do you remember that time Accuracy pissed on that guy's ashes? Mm-hmm. Do you remember that time they kidnapped somebody for like 3 days? Do you remember that time Ray Geddes burned a church down? That's in CCL. Do you remember that time Jamie Emo put fucking interrogative through the Hell in a Cell? Fucking that stuff. It's like making a video with views, if you want to be sentimental about it. Like fucking it's just the Claw shows with 1,000 views. SMF, DWF. URWL, ICCW, they were successful because they had fun, which not a lot of people do these days. People are really fucking serious about it. I mean, there's a difference between being passionate about it and loving and just doing it for fun, and like doing it passionately for fun, and like being like serious and uptight and no, this is how it needs to go. Which is probably the reason why I like Fantasy Feds, because Fantasy Feds you can do whatever the fuck you want in them. But really, what it means to be successful is just doing what you do and like being appreciated for it at the same time, and appreciating what you do, because you're not going to get appreciated until you are humble and you love doing what you do, and don't be ungrateful. Don't take this shit for granted. It's pretty much what it is.
Very well said. Now, here's another question. Now, you hear this all the time, so you probably expect this question. Why are you a tranny?
Oh. Well. At least I'm not a tranny. Why am I not? Because I was born male, actually. I was born with a penis. It's bigger than yours, probably. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. If you want to be scientific about it, the other reason why I'm not a transvestite is because, well, I believe that if I were to wear women's clothing, it'd be pretty itchy.
Yeah.
That, and I don't look good in the wig or makeup. Another reason why is because, well, penises kind of scare me. If you want to go that way. I'm thinking way too much into this question. You should probably switch over.
All right.
You should probably switch over.
Yeah. Next question. I mean, this is going to be the last one until we get to name association. And this one's a heavy one. Now, this is asking for your response to what Jay said in his interview with me, and they want to know if everything that Jay said was true.
All right. Okay, this is where it's gonna be like, I'm gonna come off as a cock right here right now. I'm gonna come off as an idiot. I did not watch the Shooting the Shit episode with Jay Crack, not because it was Jay, but because I just skimmed through it and I didn't hear anything about me at all. I heard the Christian Gary stuff and then I just quit watching it. I heard he said something about me, but quite honestly, I don't see what the fuck. I mean, I see where the fuck he has like some problem, but really he's thinking way too hard into it because, to let anybody know, I had a problem with I had a problem. Most of it, and I actually said it to Steve earlier, not earlier, a couple days ago. I was talking about, I was like, yeah, I overreacted at some parts of stuff, and I'm not gonna go into the personal stuff and why I fucking yelled what I yelled and said what I said. Mm-hmm. But I mentioned Jay's name for like a hot second. Just to throw out an example. And he took it so personally to the point where this guy wrote me a 2-paragraph message and then bitched because I didn't get time enough to respond to it. Like literally like a half hour after, I think it was. I don't know. I have to look back at it. But really, I was worn out. I was fucking tired. And I wasn't trying to say everyone was disappointing me. I fucking feel like I failed. Like, I didn't fail. Well, I could have failed. But, I didn't want to be like the disappointed father attitude. But do I admit I overreacted at some parts? Yeah, I did. But I don't know what exactly the fuck he said about me. So, if you'd like to enlighten me on that.
Well, he talked about, he used a lot of, insults. Like, he went on a very huge rant, and he contributed mostly back to some things like what you said about and he didn't say what it was because of, you know, personal reasons, but what you said all those months ago when it was Carol, he talked about things over the months, whether it be stuff that you got angry about, and he really got angry that you said that, that like, I think like one time like you said like everyone like pissed you off, and that and when he talked to you or whatever, you said something along the lines of that he didn't really help you. And he got really offended by that, because he felt as when you were upset and when things weren't good for you personally, you know, he was there for you. And then also too, he didn't like that you thought everything that he does is a joke when he's like, oh, I've been serious, I've went out and I've talked to him, I've done all this, and he felt like underappreciated for that.
Okay, the only thing I've really talked to Jay about where he can like say he stood up for me or whatever that I can really think about is when I was getting these really fucked up messages in my Ask FM, and I know who it was. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even gonna get into that fucking part because I don't feel like being in a bad mood. But I showed Jay those pictures. I wasn't like asking for comfort or anything. I was trying to find out who the fuck did it.
Right.
So I messaged Jay because I figured, okay, Jay still talks to both sides of the spectrum. So maybe he would know. I wasn't telling him to play private fucking detective. I'd like to know if he had a rough idea. And he wasn't the only one I was asking. I was asking Steve. I was asking Travis. I was asking a couple of other people. I even asked you, I think, at one point.
Yeah, you did.
And, he was like, I don't know, but that's really fucked up, bro. He didn't really stand up for me or try to say anything for me as much as I know. So I don't know where he's really getting that part from. If he's talking about when me and Carol had a really big issue, I had no idea if he was standing up for me or not because I wasn't even fucking paying attention. But, the other shit just fucking... Jay really got on my nerves at one point because he was just doing shit and it wasn't fucking funny to me. I was like, dude, just knock the fuck off. It's not fucking funny. It's not because it was insulted towards me. It was just fucking annoying. And it was kind of like the elephant thing with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even going to get into that because it's not even worth talking about. But fucking, it was just like that. And it was just like, okay, this really needs to knock it the fuck off. It went from being, oh, it's funny for like a hot second. And it's just like, okay, it's good for you. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Stop fucking doing that. It's kind of like that. And everything was just pissing me off. What didn't help was the fact that I was trying to make a phone call to somebody, and every 5 seconds my Facebook Messenger was popping open, and I was at work. So, and I was just, and instead of like, I would leave the chat, and y'all were adding me back, and I was like, quit fucking doing it, dude. I'm trying to do something. And y'all were just like, let's close it out. I'm like, no, bro, I have to message them on fucking Facebook. And y'all are killing my battery. And that came out completely the meanest fucking way possible, and I really honestly feel like I did overreact when I was technically cussing you out.
Yeah.
And I felt really shitty about it afterwards. But I figured, okay, they're pissed off at me. They're not going to want to talk to me. I'll fucking... That was right after I got off the Skype call with you. I was like, okay, I should probably apologize the next day, but I just didn't get around time to it, and then I was like, you know what? I don't even know if it's even worth fucking apologizing. And quite honestly, I could give a shit what Carol says about me, because the only reason why I talk to Carol is because he talks to you, and because he talks to everyone else. I was civil. I tried to be civil as much as I could. And I would give him another chance if he would get his head out of his ass. That's gonna give me a lot of trouble, but
hey,
you know what? If he can be civil, I can be civil.
Right. Two-way streak.
Same goes to Jay. If Jay wants to act fucking civil, or if he just wants to continue saying shit and insulting me like apparently he did, I did hear that he called me a fake stoner, which is fucking hilarious, because if you ask Alex Enterprise, I smoke like fucking a shit ton with him. And I'm not even trying to do that to brag. And, okay, I should say this, because I really want to get this off my chest. When I would get blasted off my ass and go on Skype with you, I would get hyper, yes, and I would just start laughing. When I would act like a complete jackass on Skype with y'all, I was doing it just to piss Jay off. I was doing that just to get a reaction out of him, because he would take it so fucking literal. Really, that's probably another part of the whole he took that too seriously thing. That's part of the whole reason, but, you know, if he gets pissed off at me because of that, but I don't give a fuck. Damage has been done already.
Alright, because that's what I was going to ask. Because obviously from his side, there's animosity. So I was going to ask if there was from your side, and from what I got is, if for whoever, whether it be Jay, Carol, whoever it may be, you'll be civil as long as the other party's civil. But if not,
yeah, I mean, I don't have I mean, you know this. I don't have a problem with you. I don't know if AJ has a problem with me or not. He's pretty in the middle with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't talk how we used to talk anymore. We just go, hey, what's up? Hey, dude, did you upload this guy yet? No, I'll do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then with you, Adam doesn't really talk to me that much anymore, but that's probably because Adam's like me. I don't message first.
Right.
But, I've been cool with Adam. I haven't really said anything bad about Adam. Steven, on the other hand, I called him a bitch.
Yeah? You did.
I'm sorry, that's funny. That's funny to me because I've always wanted to call him that. And, That's just because sometimes he acts like one. But you know what? Everyone at one point in their life has acted like a bitch. I'll admit I have acted like a bitch a couple times. I actually mentioned it about the COH situation.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been times where you acted like it, Sako.
Oh, I know.
Over the and Carol and Jay, and I don't think AJ's really acting. Adam knows really acting a bitch anyway, but they don't.
I'm sure if I thought about it, I could find a time. If I really wanted to think about it, but.
And then Andrew too. Andrew, I keep forgetting about Andrew. I don't have a problem with Andrew either. Matter of fact, I actually talked to Andrew about some ECF stuff a couple of days ago. Well, not a couple of days, a couple of weeks ago. Sometime in there. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So that good thing we got that just because I know there was a lot of people who were asking me. They asked me when I was going to have you on for you to respond to Jay. And like, oh, what's he going to say? What's he going to say about this? I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. So now that we got that, we're going to go to, as I always say, my favorite part of the show, name association.
Uh-huh.
All right. So let's start it off. We're going to go with Shawn O'Connor. My
fucking first best friend when I first came in the call. I met him through the ECW forums. I had a TGO Mark username because that's when I first saw TGO. Mm-hmm. And he had another thing, and he was like, "Hey, mind you, his name was A-Train01 with train spelled backwards. It's Trian." And me and him were like, "Hey," and he was like, "Hey, you should get on YouTube, and I should subscribe you." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Hey, you should meet this guy named Nate. He's doing like this YouTube group thing." That's where I met Nate. But yeah, Shawn O'Connor's been really cool with me. He really got my first start in the call. He's the one that really helped me get Kevin Cash on the YouTube, whether it be a PSP fed or not. But he's always gonna be a cool guy in my heart. He's done some shit that I've questioned him about. He really gets an attitude. He had a really bad attitude problem. Yes. Really bad ego problem as well, too. Yes. I would compare Carol to Shawn O'Connor the most.
Yeah, that's a very fair comparison.
But that's pretty much about it. Other than that, I'd really like to see Shawn O'Connor come back.
I'd love to see him come back. I know.
One more fucking time, man.
I'll say this. I'll give some word here. There's a chance he may because I've recently seen he uploaded a video about a month ago of Shawn O'Connor in 2K15 and
he did. I need to look at that.
He's been watching ECW since it came back, and I briefly talked to him in the comments on ECW. So, Shawn O'Connor, I don't know what his future is. I don't know if he's going to come back to CAW or if he's just, there to watch ECW. But, he's around. So maybe we'll see him in 2015.
Dude, if Shawn O'Connor sees this video, bro, if you come to COH, I will personally fucking feud with you, man.
That would be awesome, that feud.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Alright, after Shawn O'Connor, let's follow up with Andrew Fisk.
To be honest, when I first met Andrew, I first heard his voice, I thought he was like a 20-year-old guy. Who's that? When I saw how he looked, I thought he was a 13-year-old boy. And now that I've gotten to know him and shit, I first saw his Andrew Brooks character, and I thought it was generic as fuck. And I made fun of him, and I felt really bad about it. But now I make fun of him, and I don't really feel bad about it.
See, yeah, apparently I did too, and I'm like, I don't even remember. I made fun of people all the time, so I don't even remember.
Yeah. I've done that with a lot of people though, but he's gotten way better over time, and I thank you the most because really you've helped him get out of that like abyss of obscurity.
Yeah, it's taken some time. It's taken some time, but man, he's developed, and not just in college, just in general. So.
Oh yeah, ECF got way better.
Oh my god, yeah, and ECF's just getting started. So just wait to what's to come. But what would you say to Andrew, especially for someone like Andrew, who, he is a a Young Buck, and I'm so glad because I'm not because he's younger than me. So is Sonny. So I'm not the youngest. But what would you say to Andrew for like a tad bit of advice?
All right, Andrew, I want you to listen close. All right, and I want you to turn your volume up. Okay, and put the headphones really deep in your fucking ear. Okay, this is really, really crucial, bro. I have something to tell you. Satan.
He's gonna laugh his ass off.
It's gonna be okay, buddy. You're doing just fine. Just fucking whatever you're doing in COH. I have no idea. Okay, Andrew's really the only guy in COH I don't know what the fuck he's doing. And I am looking forward to it. But man, you lost the belt to fucking Lester, bro.
Yeah.
Shit. Next person.
Speaking of which, Lester, so Sonny.
Oh. Well, I think he's doing pretty good. What do you think? Oh, well, I don't know. My name is Sonny Koufax.
Sonny.
I don't know. Lester Barkley asked me a question, so I'm going to go ahead and ask Wolfgang Sonny.
Oh.
Well, I'm Wolfgang Sonny. And I'm fucking around. Sonny, I make fun of your voice at work. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Sorry, not sorry.
You're doing fine as well. You need to... Don't ever do that laugh in your promos again.
Oh my god.
There's that. Don't ever do that again. You sounded like Levi.
Ooh.
Don't ever do that again. However, I want to see, just make the Pride title look good.
I wish him all the luck.
Make it look strong. Make it look strong.
Make it look Roman strong.
Yes.
Since you mentioned him, Levi.
Well, Levi, guys, is doing another unboxing video. I got me some Mountain Dew and my favorite metal album by Slayer called Raining Blood. My bipolar friend. I want to see Levi do a singles run in COH as a heel. As a monster heel, because I was going to do that in my show, which will never air ever again. I don't know. Maybe. I'm thinking about it. But Levi, really, I think he could do a lot better if he just stuck that short, sweet promo without the voice. I'm Batman. I'm Matt Barnes. It made me think of when I was an SPW for like 1 second. It made me think of when I played Mark Mayhem. Pain. But, other than that, I really don't know how to feel because he's going to be like a main eventer in YWF from what I've heard, and it's just like, I can't see that yet. I mean, maybe it's people have different point of views for different perspectives, but this goes for both members of Rap Metal, even though I do believe Austin has a little bit more potential because he can be such a fucking loudmouth.
Yeah.
But other than that, I have no problems with them. They're pretty cool dudes. I actually was in a Skype call with them a couple days ago.
What are your thoughts on the loudmouth, Austin?
Well, he's got a few tools out of his box. He's a couple tools short. He owes me a snapback because the Bruins were not in the Stanley Cup. So, other than that, he just really, I want to see him win the internet title. That's what I see. Because he was a world champion in YWF and he did pretty good. He had a good ass feud with Mir. But yeah, that's about it, I suppose.
Okay, alright. AJ Young.
I actually feel bad because I feel like had I not chose AJ to fight at Ultimate Glory, he could have won Money in the Bank, but then I found out he was fighting Kenyon Phoenix. But AJ's a guy who I thought wasn't really going to do anything, and then he made something into his own, which I'm really proud of. And he deserves the Call All-Stars title. I at first I was like, oh, could he win the Call All-Stars title? And I was like, wait a minute, this is all for a storyline. And it was like, no, this is for AJ. Oh shit, I like this. So he's a tremendous heel, and he's a damn good face in COH. So just don't fucking quit. Don't fuck up your spot. That's what they told me in my first wrestling match. Don't fuck up your spot.
Alright, Ace Walker.
You serious?
Yeah, well, why wouldn't I be serious?
Well, he needs to come on and slam and welcome to the jam. You remember Shawn Gibbs from TCW?
Very vaguely.
The retarded guy that came out for the win?
Yeah.
FTW. He reminds me of that guy. He loses every match. He should have stayed in COH. No, Jarvis, not for that reason. To be my bitch, of course. To lose to me, because your best match was against me. #ego.
Huh.
No, for real though, Jarvis he needs to fucking do something. He needs to quit taking this shit seriously, bro.
He does.
It's like, bro, why are you calling me a jerk on your Call Wikia page? Look, read his Call Wikia page. It says because Caleb Blair was being a jerk face.
Because he was being a jerk face?
Yes! Look at that. Oh my god. I was just like, oh my god, this is the best page ever.
Oh my god. There's no way he did that.
I'm dead ass serious. Look it up. Look this shit up, dude. Like, oh my god. Like, because Caleb Blair was being a jerk face. It's the best thing ever.
Let's see.
Feelings. Bro, #feelings. They were powerbombed on the steel steps.
They were power bombs to the steel steps. Okay. Ace wasn't booked for the next slam. He did a promo about how he wants to face COH Money in the Bank winner Caleb Blair, but keeps getting rejected by the jerk face, and Ace will try to get a match with him by any means necessary. He is currently set to be in the Honor Rumble match.
He called me a fucking jerk face.
You jerk face. You keep rejecting Ace Walker.
Oh my god.
What's wrong with you?
I'm terrible. I'm heel, bro. It's the reason why Amazing Punk blocked me on fucking Facebook. Dead ass serious. Hey, will you add me as a friend? No, why? Because I'm heel. Block.
Damn. Alright, ooh. Here's an old name. Mason Chronic.
Shut up, Grandma. None of you will get that joke, but Mason Chronic. Fun fact for people who don't know, Mason Chronic's black.
Yes, he is.
And he's actually wrestling in the Indies in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Under the Mason Chronic name, I think. Or I think so. I don't know. He didn't tell me. But, he was a guy.
He was.
He had this guy who looked like Bork Laser.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really bad, the fact that when he went to his first signing was CCO, I think, after NJCW and DIW. He went to CCO. First comment on the video, well, hello there, Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
And there goes Mason Chronic's career. He got fucking buried by Suspect, and then he got killed by Satan on DCA, and then he came back to life, and then he was in DIW, and then he returned in the fucking Mason, I'm So Rich, Chronic, and then he disappeared. Then he came back and got chokeslammed by the Butcher. And that's Mason Chronic's career.
Alright, we'll go Steven. Now this is DIW Steven.
As much shit as I said about Steven, I honestly believe that without Steven, I wouldn't be where I am today, because Steven's the only person back in the day that gave me and you a chance to do commentary and to come up with all these ideas. And really, it's really what helped us out and got us out there. And it was just like, oh, dude, this is fucking cool. And it was all from his brain. It was all his booking. And it was great storylines. DIW will forever be one of my favorite shows to watch.
Same here.
So,
he thinks
and
it's shit.
This dude created fucking Call All Stars.
I know. So glad that he did. And a lot of people, and it's a shame because he stays away from most people. He likes to stay in the dark. So a lot of people forget that.
He actually didn't have Facebook for the longest time. We actually had to force him to make one, like 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a fucking great guy.
Oh yeah. Steve. This is M-Accuracy Steve.
I first saw Steve's YouTube videos back when he was Monoxide 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, I think, or whatever the fuck his name was. But I saw his videos of him making fun of Master Boo Boo. And Raymond 14. And a few other people. Peter Gilmore. And I was like, okay, this guy's fucking hilarious. Started watching COH, and I was like, okay, he's M-Accuracy. Alright, and then he lives with the Patriots, so that's pretty cool, I suppose. So, I don't know how it happened, but me and Steve started talking a lot. And really, he was the one that suggested, after I won Money in the Bank, he was like, hey, you're winning Money in the Bank, it's really cool. And he was like, oh, cool, you should be in my show called SWA. And I was like, great, I'll be Christian Da Vinci. And he was like, what's that? And I told him the idea, and he was like, I fucking love it. And he was really the first person that got high on my promos. And him and Alex started talking to me, like, you should come to Orlando, and we should film all these promos. And I was like, yeah, sure. And that's where we filmed the whole Beatdown promo, and the confrontation between me and Patriot, and the competition between all three of us outside. Just great. It was a great opportunity working with him, and I can't wait to do it again. I will be at SummerSlam. So, yeah.
Alright, we're gonna go with, as Oliver would say, the Alex Enterprise.
Another guy when I went to Orlando, fucking great guy to work with. Funny fact, the first day I ran into Alex when I got in Orlando, I took him like 3 hours to get here because it stormed for 2 seconds. And no one in Florida knows how to drive.
No, they don't.
Alex will tell you that too. Fucking people in Florida can't drive.
Yeah, they can't. He told me that too when I was with him. We were driving. First of all, red lights are there forever. And
yes.
It's literally 5 minutes. And I'm like, the fuck, we gotta go. And people in
8
Florida
lanes of traffic.
Yeah.
8 lanes of traffic.
People in Florida can't drive. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. He almost got into an accident on the way to the hotel to go see me. And when we're sitting there, we had to wait for Steve to get off his plane. So when we were waiting for Steve, me and Alex were going over how the beatdown scene was going to work. And I was like, okay, there should be this one point and I was like, okay, Alex, he's driving, mind you. And I'm like, okay, well, there should be some one scene where I hit you. And he goes, what do you mean? And he was like, we're going to be punching each other, right? And he goes, yeah. I was like, have you ever taken a wrestling punch before? And he went, no. And I said, okay, you open the fist like this. And I started opening my fist. And I went to go swing at him. He hit a bump, and I punched him right in the fucking mouth. Like, really fucking hard. I wasn't trying to. I went to go pull my punch, and I leaned into it. And I popped him in the lip. And so, and it was fucking hysterical. I was like, wow, I've only known you for 10 minutes, and I've already hit you in the face. We're gonna get along just fine. And little do you know, man, I'm fucking sitting in a hotel, blazed up with him, fucking eating pizza, and it's just like, this is the fucking greatest. I can't wait to do this shit with Goonie.
Oh my god. That would be... Alright. Goonie.
You're gonna be me, I cannot wait to get in a room with him, Goonie, and Alex. Like, yeah, him, Goonie, and Alex. You know, Goonie and Alex. Because Goonie's so fucking chill. He reminds me of James Thomas. He's open to everything. He's never really mad. When he is mad, he's hilarious, though. Don't sub for sub him. You know, fuck you. He was really fucking chill. He, asked me to join FTC. I didn't ask him. Which I thought was really cool. He's like, if there's anybody I want my show, it's fucking Cash. And I was like, what? What? He's a really cool guy, and I can't wait to meet him one day. He needs to come to the East Coast.
Yes, he does.
Goonie.
Get your ass over here.
Get over here, bitch. Everybody wants the 420.
Fucking West Coast people. Oh. The Raging Redneck, Ray Geddes.
Like I said earlier, I didn't really like him when I first heard the fucking whole thing. But getting to talk to him on a personal level, he's a really chill guy. I don't like the fact that he's a Cowboys fan, because I fucking hate the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, I didn't
especially
even know
after
that.
especially after this year.
Oh yeah, fuck. Man, fuck the
Cowboys. Yeah, fuck the Cowboys. I'm sorry, Ray, but fuck your Cowboys, man. I mean, you can beat my ass in a video game all of you want over it, but I will forever hate the Dallas Cowboys.
Jesus, he is stone cold liking the fucking Cowboys. What the fuck?
I thought Stone Cold liked the Houston Texans.
I'm pretty sure he's a Cowboys fan. I
oh,
could be
God.
wrong.
Don't, no.
Yeah, I know, they're all...
Austin. It's worse than The Rock being a Dolphins fan. Nobody likes the Lions.
Sonny likes the Lions. Well, no, he likes the Saints.
He likes the Saints, motherfucker. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, next.
Alright. Christian Gary.
Let me take a deep breath for this. Allow me to open up the document, the 10-page document of every reason why I hate Chris Gary. It's loading. Failure to load. We know why? Because I don't give a fuck. Chris Gary, fuck you and everything you stand for, you butthurt piece of shit. You are a two-faced fucking asshole. And I hope Booker T finds you and kicks you right in the fucking mouth. Does a spinneroonie over your corpse. Scissor kicks your family and fucks your dog. That's all I have to say about Chris Gary.
All right. Oh, here's a good one. Travis.
Oh man, Travis, you fucking guy. Travis has a bad habit of making me laugh when I shouldn't be laughing. Like sending me pictures of Reggie Tiller as Forrest Whitaker and the Butler. Motherfucker. Travis is really fucking chill, and I can't wait to meet him either. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna try to find some way to sneak my way to Travis's house when I get to New York for WrestleMania, so I can disturb him and throw snowballs.
Hey, if you're in the Travis,
and he'll be questioned.
House.
You know, maybe.
It's not that far.
I'm supposed to be moving to Pennsylvania sometime next year, but that's none of my business.
Why didn't you tell me this?
Because I haven't been fucking talking to you, friend.
You should have told me this. I
just fuck. Well, I'm gonna be like nowhere near you anyway.
Doesn't matter. What are you like in Harrisburg area?
Slippery Rock.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
It's by Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're on the other side. Yeah, but if you're traveling, you could still make it.
Yeah, because I want to go to Monster Factory, but fucking I could just go to CZW and be a fucking jobber. But no, Travis, I can't wait to fucking meet him. And I can't wait to fucking do some promos with him, because I promised him at one point we were going to do a 2C3 meet Scrap Boogie promo. Because that's going to be the best thing ever, because they should be called All-Stars Tag Team Champions.
That would be great.
Because, I can't wait for that belt to be invented by me and Travis. I'm implying that whatever you're talking about, whatever you're going to talk about, never happened. Next question, not question. Person.
Next person.
Thing.
Alright. There's one last person.
Mm-hmm.
And I have actually not done this for one of these yet. But I felt maybe it would probably be appropriate, especially with you on, for your thoughts. And that being me. Now, I know you won't hold back, so lay it all on me.
Okay, first of all, bro, you need to fucking get your head out your ass and of the football stuff and get yourself a fucking girlfriend.
Oh, really?
You need to fucking quit trick-or-treating on your birthday.
I like trick-or-treating on my birthday. I get free candy.
Fuck, man. The trick-or-treat. You're not a kid. Yeah, but it's my birthday. They'll give me some free shit. No, for real though, I am so happy to meet you, man. I'm so happy that I've ever talked to you, and I cannot wait for the day we meet up with each other. And I know I said that with everybody, but I am looking forward to SummerSlam the most because of that. And I'm looking forward to fucking you and me meeting face to face for once. And it's going to happen. There's going to be a promo. There's going to be a promo. You and me are both going to slap each other in the face at one point. And it's going to be the best fucking thing ever. And it depends on if you have a beard or not. Then there's another thing I want to do, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I guess it depends on the time.
Now I'm going to set your beard on fire.
You're going to set my beard on fire? What?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not lying, dude. That's a legitimate idea.
Wait, why is my beard going to be on fire?
Because it's the thing you hold yourself most value to.
Look, is it going to be...
It's the equivalent of fucking somebody you love.
Is it like...
And since Jay already has that part covered...
Wait a minute.
He's telling your mom he says hi, too, by the way.
Oh. So wait, are you going to burn it on my face, or are you going to take it off?
No, I'm just going to, that could be pretty cool. Like, I'm going to set your beard on fire. No, and I sniff it off. Like, what the fuck? I set it on fire and fucking throw it at you. Ghetto fireball. But, no, really, bro, you've been, like, the closest person I've met since James Thomas and Shawn O'Connor, and both of them are gone. And honestly, I hope that our friendship doesn't end in either of those fucking ways. And I can't wait to meet you. Yeah, it would be terrible. I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet Adam. One day I'd like to meet AJ. I'd like to meet... I don't know if I've actually tried to hang out with Sonny when I was living in Michigan. And he fucker always had school.
You should have came to his school and just been like...
He lived like 20 minutes away.
Where's Lester Barkley? Is there a Lester Barkley today?
I just have to do his mating call when I fucking, like, turn on the speaker, like, attention students. Oh! And he'd be like, oh, I was called by the principal.
You might attract a bunch of them, though. What if
there's more? Yeah, it's gonna be like, oh my god, do you remember the seagulls from Finding Nemo?
Yes!
Why? It's gonna be like, oh, hello there, oh.
Holy shit.
Just like that. Oh my god, what have I done? I've created a legion of Sonny. A legion of Lester.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Oh my god, it's gonna be oh my god, someone's gonna make a fucking parody now of the Flock of Sonnies. It's gonna be the guy from Flock of Seagulls with Sonny's face on it.
That's gonna be, oh my, dude, someone's gonna hear this and they're gonna make something.
That's a meme. Anyway, yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Alright. Well, this was certainly fun. Thank you for coming on.
Uh-huh.
We'd love in the future to have you on. Maybe in the future we could be talking with a future champion, whether that be in COH or in another cause show. We'll see. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's upcoming with Caleb Blair in the near future, and Brock Manson and 2C3, among various other characters that you have here in Call Wrestling here in 2015 that I'm very excited for. And maybe one day we'll get to see that Blair versus Walsh, the finale.
One more time.
One more time. We'll see. So, thank you for coming on, and thank you all for watching.